Alright, now we are going to learn about quick actions. Let's do some actions. So, right now we are focusing on two different actions. One is an object-specific action. One is global action. So there's two that we are going to learn on this course. Object-specific action and global action. So what are the difference? It's best to describe and understand it through an example, all right? So before we dive into our example, pause the video and I want you to read the top part here about quick actions, okay? So before you continue watching the rest of the video, can you read all through here so you have better understanding in your head before you're actually seeing the example? All right, so do that. Pause the video right now and read this part, okay? All right. Okay, so now that you have read this particular section until this part, you have a better understanding of what quick actions are. Now we're going to dive into our playground. Click there. I'm going to go to my hands-on orgs and dive into my playground. All right, now we're in the playground. So I'm going to drag my notepad here on the left to the right. So on the example for the object specific action, we are going to create a new absent day. You know absent, right? When you feel sick and you can't go to school, and then your parent have to call into school telling, oh, you can't go to school today because you don't feel so well, or you have to go somewhere and notify the school that you can't come to school today. So we are going to create an object specific action on the student to create a new absent day, and we have a date when the student are not present at school and why. For the global action, we are just going to create a new fundraising action. What is a fundraising? It's to raise money for a particular event. For example, the grade 7 wants to go to a field trip for 3 nights on a particular mountain or lake or somewhere, and they need fundraising. So they do, any kinds of fundraising events throughout the year to collect funds so they can go to this field trip. You know what I'm talking about, right? All right, so let's do those two things. So for the object specific action, I don't have the absent day object yet. Okay, so I want to create it together with you. Let's go. So we are going to create a new object. By now you should be familiar enough where to create objects. It's always the gear icon here, right? And go hit setup. And we are going to make a new object. It's called absence, or just absence, or absent day. Or not, I'm not going to search that. I'm going to create it, a new custom object, and let's call it absent day, days, the plural label. We're just gonna skip all the details, and I'm just gonna take this off. I want this on. I want the search. Well, we don't need the search, and that's it for now. It's deployed. I'm gonna save, and now we're going to create a new field. So an absent day record it's related to a student, right? Who is absent? We want to know that. So I'm going to link this to a student. Is a lookup relationship to the student. Related to the student, right? Who is absent? The student. Who? Jimmy? Joe? Now, student there. I'm just going to leave that as it is. Next, I'm going to make visible. Everybody can see it. And save. So we have the student, right? And now we want to add the date when the student is absent. Okay, I'm going to add new. It's a date. Next, absent date. Let's make it required because it has to be filled in when the student is absent, right? Visible and new. And the reason why the student can't come to school. Text area. I'm going to name it absent reason. Okay. We don't have to make it required. Just in case there is no reason, particular reason, they just didn't come to school. And save. Okay, so we have the three basic fields. The absent day name, which is a text, absent reason, why, and the date. Okay, so this is the new object. We just created a new object. Now let's go ahead to the object specific action. So let's go to the student object so I can better explain this to you. We are going to student here. What do we want to do? So here on the student object, for example, we go to Rebecca here. Rebecca is a student, a grade 5 student, right? Now her mom calls into school, says, oh, Rebecca is not feeling well today. She can't come to school today. So the person or the teacher or the office administrator who picked the call have to create a new absent for Rebecca. Here, a new absent day, a quick action button. So the goal, we want to see a quick action button over here, is an object specific because it's going to be on the student record, right? So I want it to be here. It's going to be a new absent day. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Going back to setup. So which object are we going to create the button for? The student object. All right, so on setup, go to object manager. I'm going to create a button. No, I'm going to find the student object first, right? That makes sense. Go to the student object. So now we are going to the we are on the student object here, and I'm going to click button links and actions there. Okay, now we are going to create a new action here, new action, and it's going to create a record. The target object is absent day. Why does absent day appear on here? We can choose the absent day. We can choose a whole bunch of other objects though, right? The key is the lookup relationship. If I show you again so you understand very clear, and go to the absent day here and go to fields and relationships, you see there is a student, which is a lookup field, right? If this doesn't exist, if this is not created, if there is no student lookup object from the absent day, you will not see this. So you can't link it. So to be able to link it, you have to create a lookup field from the absent day object. You got it? Now we see that. And I want to name it new absent day, right? And that's it. Create the feed item, and success message is absent day successfully added, like that. So what is this? This is when you click the button. After you create the button, here there will be a button that we want to add here, right? When you click it and it's done, it's gonna give a green success message on top. It's gonna say absent day record has been successfully added, or whatever we just type there, which says absent day successfully added. Okay, right, now we're going to save it. Now we want to define what's on the page, right? If you click the button, what's on the page? We want to know the reason, right? The student, of course, you can't change it because it's a lookup. You want to see, right? And that's it. You have the date, you have the reason. So I'm going to save this. So the button is created, right? This is a button, or the action. We have the action created, new absent day. But it's not here yet because we just create a button. We haven't put it there. We haven't glued the button here, glued the button or stick the button on here. So every time you create something, you just create a piece of button, like a Lego piece. You play Lego. Now, if you know Lego, you have pieces, right? Now you have to stick the piece onto this big page to stick the button or the action here. It's called new absent day. We want to stick the new action we just created on here. So let's stick it already. Stop talking, Jimmy. Okay. To do that, we go to page layout. Why? Because this is a page. Oh, close that. This is a page, student record page, right? This thing is a page. This whole thing is a page. So, page of the student layout, right? We are going to edit the page. Okay. So now we go to the mobile and lightning actions. All right. Because we are on a lightning page, not the old classic page. This is the newer lightning page. So we go to mobile and lightning actions. So what button we have? Absent, right? You can search it here, absent. So new absent day. So you want to drag it to the Salesforce mobile and lightning experience actions, but you can't drag it yet. You have to click here, override the predefined actions, or click on the gear icon here, override to customize. All right, click there. So you see a whole bunch of buttons. I'm going to drag this absent day, drag it to the very first there. Boom. So you have new absent day. Awesome. I'm going to save it. Now, does it show instantly? We hope so. If it doesn't show instantly here, wait a few seconds. Okay. Refresh. Boom. New absent day. So Rebecca here, the mom called like that, and office pickup. Hello. This is Jimmy speaking. And then Rebecca's mom said, "Oh, Rebecca can come today. She's not feeling well." All right. Oh, Rebecca can come. When? Oh, it's today. 13th of October. Why? Rebecca mom called. She is not feeling well today. All right, and you go ahead and save it. There you have it. So that is a quick action on a specific object, right? So go ahead and create your own example from the Trailhead. So the Trailhead is a business case or a business story for you to create an energy audit fields. Just follow along. You are going to do exactly what I was doing and showing you just now. Create the quick action, define the page layout fields, and adding those quick action onto the page layout. So it can be clicked onto the page layout here. So you can actually see the button to click that. All right. Go ahead and do that. So because we don't have a challenge on this particular Trailhead, go ahead and do that yourself, and then afterwards continue to global action. Okay, so now we are going to create a global action. We're going to make new fundraising to raise money for events at the school. I'm going to close everything out here and go again. Setup, right? But it's not an object specific, so we are not even going to the object manager. All right, so for creating global global action, you go to here and search for what? Global publisher. It's called publisher layouts under global action. All right, go ahead and click there. I'm going to click mine. And I'm going to create a new global action, right? I'm going to create a new, or not layouts, I want to create a new action. Not publisher, global action. We're going to add to the page layout there later here. Global actions, not publisher layouts. This is the second step. Global actions, right? And I'm gonna make a new action, and I'm gonna name it new fundraising. So what is the action type? I'm going to create a record. You can send an email, log a call, and other more advanced stuff where you're going to learn later. So the target object is a campaign for fundraising. All right, a campaign for fundraising. New fundraising, right? And successfully created. This is when the button or the action was successfully executed. So okay, I'm gonna save this action now, right? So after that, we can decide what goes here. All right, so I don't need parent campaign, so I'm gonna remove it there. Boop. All right, the type, let's remove it so it's simple. So just active start date and date description. I'm gonna save that. So we just created a new global action here. You see it? A new global action. So what's next? We have to stick it, right? So where this global action shows up on? Here, the plus sign. There, global actions. So you don't see new fundraising yet, right? Now we want to stick that new action, this new action here, on here. That's what we are going to do next. So back to the home. Now publisher layouts under global actions, publisher layouts. This defines what shows up here. All right. Pretty simple, right? Now I'm going to hit new. Or not new. We're going to edit the existing one here. Edit global layout. And I'm going to just drag new fundraising here on the very top. Boom. So I want it on the very top, right? I want it on the very top, not the bottom. So I'm going to save it. And we're done. Click on here. I don't think it's going to show up. You need to refresh the whole page because we just add the button. Now, new fundraising. Haha! You can see fundraising for trip to Evans Lake. Even make it grade 7 trip. Alright? When? It's probably just pick a date in the summer, probably, or May 1st until, oh, this is not the trip. This is, oh yeah, let's put last the trip until May 4th. Alright? May the 4th be with you. And fundraising for funding the grade 7 trip to Evans Lake. There will be chocolate selling. What else? Tickets selling and so on. Okay, I'm gonna save this. New fundraising successfully created. So that's all. That sums up our Trailhead for now. We have explained quick actions and we have object specific actions, right? The new absent day and the global action fundraising, which is a campaign. So you can go ahead and do your own follow up here, follow the whole steps here. It's the same thing, and so you know you're actually doing it yourself. Let's do the quiz before we go. So custom actions helps users by, which one you think? I think this one. Making work feel more like playing a video game. No. Making it fast and easy to interact with information in your organization. I think this is the one. Right? Custom actions. It's fast and easy. So custom actions, right? It's the quick actions we're talking about. The main difference between object specific and global is I think it's this one. Object specific actions perform actions only on specific objects, like on the student object, right? No, not really. It can also, well, let's see. I think it's kind of tricky, you know. To see a custom object specific action on the palette of the Lightning page editor, this is this one. You remember? If we go here, when you add it, it has to be, let's go here. I'm just going to show you. Student object, we have a page layout, and here when we want to add this button, where do we go? Mobile and Lightning action. Why? Because this is a Lightning experience, and then we drag that new button on here, new absent day. So the answer is mobile Lightning action on the list of element types. What is list of element types? What on earth is that? This is the left portion here. This is list element types, okay? Fields, buttons, custom links, quick actions, mobile Lightning actions, expanded lookups, related lists, report charts. Cool. You can add charts here on later courses, okay? We're gonna try that. So that's that, and check the quiz. Oh, we got one wrong. I knew it. This sounds sketchy. I think this is, what do you think? No, this one probably. Let's try. Oh yeah, we got it, baby. Okay, let's go ahead to the next course. Good job!